So did you like the little setup? I really liked how that podcast set at the living room. Like, oh my word, that to me is like perfect because I don't like desks in front of me. It feels so constricting.
It does.
And so having like more of that dialogue to me would be like, yes.
I think we should do it.
I think you could do it.
Yeah, because
I don't think you could do it with that couch though.
No, not with that one.
No, how are you gonna like? You have to secure mics somewhere, and they had little side tables that kind of rotated that, so that might be hard.
Now I do have those boom.
Okay, that might work.
And they are for this, but we would just need something. Maybe we could get like a couple of like desk there's probably some corner kind of square little tables, and we could, I don't know where, maybe right there. Well, there, or right there in that little nook where the ottoman sits. Yeah, we could have one there, and then one at the end corner there, and to where we could just kind of look across. Yeah, that would work. Other. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it because I do agree with you. A comfortable approach. I do agree with you. Sitting at a desk, it's cool, but it feels so podcasty. But yeah. But
instead of like, hey, we're in this for the conversation.
And consider it done. We're going to do it. Is it too loud in your ears? How do you feel?
A little bit.
Okay, I'm going to turn yours down a little bit. And I'm going to turn these two off, this off.
Do you get notifications when there's comments?
I don't know that I do. I haven't seen one yet.
Okay. I know that Amber, my friend, we've known each other since we were like 8. She made a comment about one of them about the pastor and the therapist that at our school.
Oh, really?
She did make a comment. So
you said she did do
it? I think so.
Oh.
It was the one we were talking about how I wanted to become a therapist and what that process kind of looked like, and the therapist that we had at the academy that I didn't really like. And so she made a comment, I think, on that one.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look. And then that one, what does it say? Chocolate pretzels. I need to change that. Okay.
Chocolate. Is this your grocery list?
I know, right? It needs to be at least. No, Bo, we do a podcast, but it's like weird food.
Oh, okay.
And I think you'll remember this when we were in Gillette. We were sitting under that canopy.
Yes.
I had brought some rambutan.
Oh yeah, because I know Adam was talking a lot about them.
Yeah, and he was like, "What in the world is that?" And so we were like, "Well, let's do a taste test." And so we did that, and I was like, "One day we should make a podcast." So it's been, 2 years since then? Okay. So now we just started it actually here.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
We just try weird stuff.
I mean, that sounds very on par with kind of our conversations too.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. And so last time we tried Bing Bing and chocolate pretzel, and I recorded his voice. Let me see if I can find it. So when he's rating stuff, he'll just say like, let me see if I can. That was loud. Okay, let me see.
That is very loud.
I'm so sorry.
It was definitely an experience.
That's what he says. And then like, I guess if it's really good, he just, for whatever reason,
cheese.
He just kept, because everything, when you go to Kim Sun, a lot of their flavoring is like cheese. It's just
cheese.
I don't know why that is, but it's like sweet cheese.
Yeah, that's true.
It's really, I've never seen anything like it.
So have you been to the Lucky Market on Harry?
I believe I have, but it's been a while.
Okay, they've updated it a lot. It used to be really run down, but it's really, really open and bright now, and it's really well organized. And I mean, that's a great place for extra
Lucky
experiences.
Done. Consider it done. Okay, all right. We're going to the Lucky Market. So I'm gonna delete Bing Bing and chocolate pretzel here. Today's episode is called Sweeping It Under the Rug, and it will be accountability. Okay. I guess you can only we'll just leave it. Okay. All right. Well,
I don't know if you've seen these earrings on me. My sister made them for me.
How does somebody make earrings? Those are so cool. Like, it looks like, I don't even know how that would be made. Like, I was thinking something cut out of something or smashed.
So,
I didn't see the other side. That gets even better. That's a brain. Hold on. I almost want to like hold you up to the camera. Like, you should see this. This is like, yeah. Thank you. Oh, wow. There's flowers. Tell me that's not cool. And so, wait. Isn't one side of the brain?
Your left side is more analytical. Your right side is going to be more creative. And so that's where the artistic side comes from.
So tell me about the material here.
So my sister uses a laser, and so she cuts out the wood, and then she lasers the design, and then like colors the whatever the earring's going to look like, and then there's like an acrylic top.
It just doesn't get better than this. It even has kind of like a shine to
Yep.
it.
So if like my hair's wet, it's not going to disrupt the art.
Boy, I love intentional stuff, like because that definitely deals with you, and it looks really nice. I did see some sort of a circle kind of a thing underneath your
My
headphone, but I didn't
hair.
yeah, but I didn't see because it was turned the other way.
Yeah.
So that's so cool. That's so cool. So is there a place that we can do some marketing here? How do we get these?
Okay, so I'm going to get it wrong, but we could probably add it to like one of the comments or something. It's Twin Mom something. I have to look. Let's see, because she has an Etsy shop. She does work, part-time somewhere else, but let me see if I can find it. Twin Mom Crafting Company. So, yep. So I can...
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I will. I'll share this with you.
Thank you. Is it this right here?
Yep.
That's really nice.
So
Wow.
she started doing them before her RA got really bad. So the ones that you see up there, those are actually etched from her hand. She did a lot of those from hand, and then she started using an engraver because the RA was just getting really painful. But she started doing it. So I have several hand done first, and then just upgraded to the laser because of that. But
Yeah. Twin Mom, shout out to you. Incredible.
she's my younger sister.
Man, there's like those things, those flower things. What do you call them? The ball? I don't know.
Oh, like great! I would have been able to
dandelion.
remember.
Dandy. I know. When somebody does that and acts like, I mean, that's, yeah.
I was like, cattails. No, that's not right. That's something completely different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those
The ones that look like hot dogs.
Yeah. And they blow in the wind.
And then kids try eating them, and then they poof in their mouth.
That's how it goes. That's right. I see mountains here. I see butterflies. I see like honeycomb.
So
bees.
Yes, that one's a huge one for our family, actually. Honey bees. My uncle, who passed away a couple of years ago, Uncle Alan, he owned bees, and he would process, and we grew up with bees. We would travel. They would travel to Maine. Dad would, because when you go to Florida and then you would move up back and forth, you have to transfer bees.
So you're not afraid of bees, then, is what you're saying?
No, but I don't like being stung by them.
Right. Well, and I see people, and they're just like covered right by them, right?
And you have to be careful because you can get. I mean, if you're allergic, then that's not good.
Yeah, I am among those, and I don't know how allergic, if that's changed, but I remember grabbing at something, and there was one on the other side, and it swole, and I don't remember what happened after that, but it was crazy. So.
It was. I remember when we were kids, this did not get into my history, but we were in our van because my dad was out in Maine protecting the beehives from the bears, and he shot a bear.
Wow.
And we were out in the van. I'm like, in the middle, I'm like, what? There wasn't anywhere else to put us, so he just took us along.
That's incredible. Wow, what a story. Like, I don't know, like how bears do that, how they just kind of just bear through the pain, pun intended, and eat the honeycomb bees everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that the stinging doesn't affect them at all.
Yeah, you're probably right, because, otherwise, I don't think I would be able to endure it. Yeah. So, okay, well, yes, shout out to Twin Mom Crafting Co. I would love to keep looking at this and spread the love. So anyhow, wow. So we have an interesting topic today.
Yes.
So I'm going to start our music after that right there. Cheese is like gold. So it's like, so he rates the food as really good. It's cheese is what it is. Usually,
cheese is the top rating for this.
Exactly.
And experience is like the bottom.
It was definitely an experience.
And that's precisely. So if you ever want to see that podcast, I'll send that out as well. And we just goof off the whole time. And it's great. Well, let's get started then. Let's see. Hello. I'm Fred here, one of the hosts,
And this is Julie.
and we're here with
Mind, Manna.
and the Maker. And today's episode is very interesting because the letter A, it's an A word,
Yes.
and they call it accountability.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an issue for me.
I think for most people it is.
But, sometimes understanding what it is, accountability, and then how accountability works, and then how to maintain it.
Yes.
And you had mentioned something before we started about, I think you said, getting accountability and maintaining accountability. So let's just start there. Let's start with, I had looked up something you probably saw in the notes there. The title is Brushing It Under the Rug. And what does that look like exactly? Well, in the Victorian era, it says here that housekeepers would literally sweep dirt under the rugs when the time was short. But I don't know, have you ever found yourself, I don't know that I've ever done that in this
Maybe
present time.
not dirt, but have you ever stuffed something under a pillow to hide it? Or under your bed, or throw it in your closet because you don't want to put it away? I have a child that likes to do that.
But it's funny. I keep the car generally clean except for the right well, the passenger side. Because as I'm going through my day, dealing with Ezra, when I do, I'll just throw things down there and I'm like, I'll come for it later. And I don't know if there's a waste bin like mod that can be added.
There is.
There is?
We've tried it. It doesn't work very well.
Oh, man. Okay.
You just forget, and so it fills up anyway,
Yeah.
or it's a process.
Maybe I'll start a company. And we'll come through and we'll get the trash out of your car. Just put it in that little bin. We'll empty the receptacle like how they empty the garbage, at the curb. We'll see how it goes. But back then they did that. I'll tell you, that's what I do. Is I sometimes when people are coming, it just happened yesterday. I had stuff there. I was like, oh no, I didn't have a chance. So I just started shoving it under the seat.
Yeah.
And it worked. It looked like brand new. So that's the beauty of under the rug, brushing it under the rug, is that you can create an appearance.
Yes.
That is pristine. And so that's what they did in Victorian days. That's what I do at my car. In what ways have you ever done that before? Put it in the comments. Have you ever swept anything under the rug? Wealthy homes and expensive rugs, easier to hide a mess than cleaning something properly. It makes me think of mom clean versus everyone else clean.
I've got lots of opinions on that.
Tell me, please, pray tell.
So I have done experiments in the past, and this is one that I've done a couple of times, but I've seen it on Facebook too, where there's like a piece of trash on the ground, and you just leave it there to see how long it takes for someone to pick it up.
You've conducted this test? Or no,
I just left it. I just left it. I didn't actually put it there intentionally. Now, the next step would be to put like a dollar bill or something under there to see how long.
Yeah.
Now, to probably get it picked up, I will say there is a dollar bill somewhere under one of these pieces of trash all over the house. You won't know which one. Right. I bet you everything will be picked up in like an hour.
Until they find out there's no dollar. And they're like, no.
Be like, where's the dollar? I'm like, in my pocket, because I deserve it, because I'm always cleaning up after you.
That's right. I just paid myself. That's right. Oh, that's so good. Eventually, dirt creates a lump, visible evidence, hidden problems. And that's kind of the parable of this thing.
Yeah.
Is hiding.
You can do it for a little bit. You sweep a little bit of dirt under there. Okay. You don't really notice. Yeah. You keep doing it, you're going to notice.
Yeah. After a while, you start to, and that has to do not only in the tangible world, but in the mind and in the heart.
In the body. One of the things I know my kids argue, not my daughter so much anymore, but Aiden, hey, we got to brush your teeth. I don't want to brush my teeth. I'm too tired. I was like, we have to, because if this gets missed, the plaque that builds up is going to cause lots of issues down the road. Losing teeth altogether before you're 40. That doesn't sound good. No. And sometimes it's sickness, sometimes there's things, but that's something we can control.
Indeed. Yeah. So things within your control, that's a big one, I think. Yeah, for sure. So ignoring problems instead of addressing them, creating the appearance of cleanliness without doing the actual work. So, there's something going on over there. The other thing is just the term. I really want to, I don't know if you have a running dictionary definition of the word accountability.
No,
You
not
don't? Okay.
Webster.
You
I
don't have
could
that?
give you probably my understanding of it, but
I would like it. I'll look it up.
Okay, so in how I would explain it to a client is the ability to take ownership and change that, because a lot of times people say, I'm sorry, but that's just not going to cut it.
Wow.
Saying sorry without action is just words.
Wow, that's huge.
And so accountability is taking ownership of something and then changing it.
Okay. That's I almost don't even want to give Oxford a chance. That was
give
really
it a
good.
chance. I'm curious.
Okay.
I'm curious.
First, I'm going to give you what it sounds like. Let's see if he does it for me. Go ahead. Let's hear what you got, buddy. You're live. You're not going to do it? Hold on. Oh, let's see. Here it comes. Oh, he really doesn't want to do it.
He doesn't want to take accountability.
Want to take account. They did it phonetically.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, huh? It's accountability. Okay. Ability. Okay.
Hooked
Here it
on
is.
phonics.
That's right. It didn't work for me. So the fact or condition, and you paired two things together. So I wanted to hear it again. The fact or condition of being accountable, responsibility. Yeah, I think you win this one out. I think. Could you say that one more time? Do you remember how you phrased that?
I'm not sure now, but
I'm sorry to recall that.
I mean,
I'll look in the
taking ownership
ownership,
and then changing your action.
changing action.
I don't know. That's probably not nearly as good as it was the first time, but
No, but we'll receive it. Just rewind it.
it's like
Yeah.
making something and then people are like, "Oh, I need the recipe." I'm like, I didn't write it down.
That's pretty good. I like that.
But this is recorded, so
That's right. You can look at this later. So we've got the definition there. Being in a relational sense, it's being answerable to someone for your actions.
yes,
you agree with
that's
that?
100%. Which obviously it's Valentine's Day, so that's lots of room for this conversation.
And so welcome to that. I forgot about that. What do you usually do on Valentine's Day?
I mean, this year we're doing a gym night.
Indeed.
So nothing except supporting our children and their class trip.
That is how it goes. There's the love. There's love right there. Yeah. For giving
Love
that up.
comes in so many forms.
It does. There's a song too. I'll have to pull it up. But so it's in that relational sense. Then we have in the biblical sense, living transparently before God and others. And so what does that mean to be living transparently, do you think?
I mean, for me, it's if you're going to say something, you better back it up with action, and they need to look the same.
Yeah.
Not, I know this is hard, so I live in a house full of neurodivergent beings, and
Beings, I
so
like- yes.
there are executive functioning that can make this difficult. They have very much the intention of follow through and things, but that doesn't always happen because their brain gets in the way. Their fight or flight gets in the way because they just are not, their executive functioning of that just is not up to par. Now, meds can help with that, all of that, but accountability is part of that. And we had to have a really deep conversation with my youngest about that this week of saying sorry is just words if we do not change the action.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge. So why do you think, I don't know if we covered this already, but why do we need accountability? I feel like we live in a world that's very independent oriented. I think of some of the struggles and the challenges I have in my life, and I think about how I approach them. I'll just figure it out. Like I'll figure it out. But it's really, some of the methods are not the best. You just kind of like, well, that will work to fix that problem. And you just kind of stick fingers in holes to stop leaks, and you only have 10, and so it's
temporarily it may do it, but man, long term it's not going to.
Yeah. I wonder why we can't simply do it on our own. It seems like we need others. We need
We're not, I mean, as a human race, we were not meant to be individuals. We were meant to live together in a tribe and a family. Okay. And there's part of being accountable when you do that. We all have roles we are supposed to fulfill. Now, in today's society, a lot of them are unhealthy, and so we have to be very aware of that and shift that. And that's where accountability should come in too. If we're accountable, like I'm accountable to my children. As a mother, I'm going to try to keep them safe and I'm going to try to bring them towards God and show them a good example. Does that happen all the time? No.
Sure.
And that's when I have to be accountable and say, okay, I realize I did this and I need to change my action to this. And then there needs to be that follow through. But just like I told my kids, please call me out if you see this, because that helps hold me accountable.
I see. That
Now,
makes sense.
historically, kids were not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
We were to be seen and not heard.
Yeah.
And I don't think that helps hold parents accountable.
That's very true. They can just blaze the trail as they see fit.
And that's not helpful either. We should be able to, as parents, to hear our kids out. Now, that doesn't always change the situation because our kids are seeing it from a limited viewpoint of age, but it's the same with friends. It's the same for that. We should be able to hold each other accountable, and it can be in loving ways.
Yeah. Would you say that permission is I'm not permission, it's the other way around. Would you say that accountability is permission? Like you, I don't know if I would ever hold, I mean, there are places where accountability is forced on you, maybe like, take you to prison for like, I don't know, breaking the law, maybe. Like you have to, but
that's not really a choice at that point. You chose though, you chose to break the law and therefore the consequence, natural, negative, came to bite you in the butt.
That's right. So play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So there it is. Yeah, I heard that recently and I love it. I don't know. It's amazing. But okay. So in the ideal, I love how you framed accountability, because it feels like for me initially, because I'm so used to trying to figure it out myself, that it feels like a burden.
That's usually, unfortunately, a trauma response, figuring it out by yourself.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. And that is very true. I don't know, man, but the way you framed it through family, we were meant to be tribal, community-based. You frame it from like it's natural to be accountable to each other.
We should, yeah. I mean, when you even look at Jesus and the disciples, they were accountable to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, they went out in groups of 2. I don't know that any of them ever actually went out by themselves.
Yeah. You're right. There is a time at the end, but that's once they had received the training, and some of them did go out after, I think towards the end of their lives.
At least that's what's in the Bible. Who knows if they didn't have their own disciples at that time that they were also helping train.
And that's a good point. It was never explicitly said. Yeah. You are absolutely right about that. There would have had to have been. I think you're right about that. Okay. Yeah. So living transparently before God and others. And there's a verse that comes to my mind. It's probably one of my favorite ones. I keep quoting it, but misquoting it, but you'll get the idea. Here it goes. I'm gonna try to stick the landing. Olympian, I don't know, isn't it snow Olympics right now? Isn't it winter Olympics right now?
Oh, that would explain the ice skating pictures I saw.
Indeed. Snowboarding stuff. We usually
Jamaican bobsled.
Oh,
Cool Runnings. The Egg. Like, goodness, I love that movie so much.
We gotta watch it again. Yes,
that sounds like an amazing movie night.
I didn't know you'd seen it. That's funny. Not many people know anymore.
Are you dead, man?
You dead, man? Yeah. That's so good, guys. Cool Running.
Oh, it's so good.
Check it out. Yeah, and so I'm gonna stick this landing. When we walk in the light, because He is in the light, we have fellowship with Him and each other. And that's pretty much the definition of accountability in my mind, because He is, and that's the cool element of the Christ factor, is that accountability is, like you said, natural for humans. And I would say it's unnatural because it's not right to say that it's natural not to have, because there are people who believe in God and who don't, but the natural way was a God who created people to love each other and be in relationship with Him and take care of them. And so, but accountability even works for people who are not in any way tied to God.
What if you have pets?
Yeah.
You're accountable to them in taking care of them and not leaving them out in the cold. I mean, unless they're like huskies or something, they probably like it better. But I mean, the point is when you look at anything, if you live in existence of any kind, there's accountability to something.
To something, yeah.
It might be your own body.
Oh, wow. I never thought of that. Why would you say this?
I mean, Maslow's hierarchy.
Yeah.
You start at the basics of hydration, food. To keep ourselves alive, we must hold ourselves accountable in eating and doing that and sleeping and all of those.
That's incredible. I didn't even think of it. Wow. So, friends, there's no getting away from this. No. I thought maybe I could, but there's no way. There's no way. So one thing for sure we can establish is that accountability is not punishment. It's really about growth, not guilt.
Absolutely.
And so I don't know how to separate. Maybe that's why, like you said, the trauma response of thinking I can do it by myself, but that accountability is kind of framed as guilt.
So when I see this a lot, and I think, unfortunately, more in males, not just in males, but I think because I think God had a different purpose for males than females, and that's not a bad thing. We are strong in different ways, and we're supposed to be.
Amen to that.
And that doesn't make one of us weaker or all of that. Physically, I mean, because we were not supposed to be the protectors in going and shooting the deer and all of that. Like, just biological, you can get into that.
Right.
I mean, but when you look at, holy crap, I think I just zoom in my brain, shut off.
No, we'll come back.
Hold on, I got to come back.
Come back.
So accountability and God.
We were made differently.
Yes.
But on purpose with good reason for that.
Yes.
And that didn't help. Okay, I was going to try. I was going to try. Okay, it's all right.
I knew I had such a good direction in my brain.
It'll come back. It'll come back.
Word.
Watch this. Sometimes you just replay the tape. So here it is. So here's something that might deal with the way I am is that, that trauma, like you said, trauma will sometimes make it to where it seems like a burden. But then.
Oh, I remember now.
Yes.
See,
Okay.
yay.
Right.
So guys in general, this is where it's going. I think guys have a tendency to have very negative self-talk.
Indeed.
And I think it can be connected to, okay, we have this purpose. Guys are supposed to have this purpose of caring for their families, and they must be this strong rock with no emotion and no on this because that's a weak thing. I'm like, who? According to who? Society? Yes. But I tell this to my male clients all the time. If we were not intended to cry, we would not have been made with tear ducts.
And that's true. That's a good point. I always wondered. I mean, some could argue that it would be to kind of moisturize your eyes, but when you blink, that moisturizes your eyeballs.
I mean, we have multiple, but we have a major tear duct.
Yeah.
Like you can have multiple tear ducts that get clogged.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever had a sty or anything, yay, those aren't fun.
Right.
And I had to have one removed once. It looked like I got punched in the eye. But chelation, I think, is the term where you have the big thing on your eyelid. They have to flip your eyelid out, make a small incision, and scoop out all of the gunk that's stuck.
That's stuck in there.
Yeah.
Chalasia?
Chelation, I think.
Chelation.
Chelation.
Wow, I've never seen this word. It's spelled Chalazia. The plural is Chalasian. And these pictures are horrific. Oh, poor thing. Okay. All right. Got it. Yeah.
But that's, my body not working and build up. And so when you see a sty, a lot of times they go on their own, but they can turn into this and then have to get it removed because it's putting pressure and causing a bunch of things. But ultimately, one of the ways our nervous system actually regulates is by crying.
Interesting.
And so when a lot of people are like, man, I'm so tired after a huge grief cry, it's because your nervous system got all of that stuff out. And it's like, okay, I need to sleep now. Or panic attack or things like that. Like a lot of times crying can be connected with that.
Connected with it.
But guys have this image or societal image, and that they must be this huge, strong, unmovable, unemotional rock. And I'm like, but I'm not sure. Jesus cried.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. There's even a verse committed to it. And, I don't know. I wonder if Adam and Eve had a belly button or tear ducts. Those two things. I mean,
I'm sure they had tear ducts.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the belly button.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe just for aesthetic, here's a dot.
Here's a dot for you. That's right. I think you probably did. Something that happened, and this is, I don't want to turn it gloomy, but yesterday, and this is the life of pastordom, a friend I went to school with, and you'll probably hear of it soon because it's going to be mentioned church-wide, but the guy is like my age, and we went to school with him, high school, actually went here to Waka for a year, then went to Enterprise, and it was unexpected. They found him dead in his home. And, I thought I was visiting after, everything had transpired, but it was just as it had happened. And I was thankful to be there for the parents, but you could see how different people process. And even for me, like, I don't cry, and some of it is shame at times, and some of it has just been so long that I've trained myself not to. But then at the end, I find myself like drained, like I have to go take a nap. Like it's like I don't know, exhausted, like you said, exhausted.
Yeah.
And so shout out to the family if they do. You all will hear it. They said it wasn't anything private, but I don't know if you know the Robinson family.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, they usually sit up in the balcony, but their son, Kyle, had passed away, and I still can't get it through. But compartmentalizing is a thing that I'm just
in shock too. People forget about that. Usually right at first with news, it is shock. So a lot of times it isn't instant grief. It's just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You go through the stages of grief, and your body's like, oh, wait, no, that cannot be right. And
there was a lot of that, and so apparently it was his heart, and I think it was, I don't know if it was in the family line. I think it was his grandfather at the same age, just about.
Yeah,
so,
that's hard.
It is hard, and so, anyways, shout out and prayer, of course, to you, for you all as you're walking through this, and we walk through this together, But yeah, like the crying thing, that's something I'm working on, because a good cry does do good.
So here's my theory on your specific situation. You probably don't cry so much because you don't allow yourself to feel.
I think
you
might
avoid
be right.
that, and the crying comes with feeling usually.
Yeah.
And so if you've learned to shut that part off, the tears probably are connected with that.
I think you're right about that. You're absolutely right. And I'm going to have to figure out how to make myself feel. I don't know, but there are times that I have, but it was over, sometimes people will cry over like things that aren't even matching the thing, like cute
it's
puppies.
Always
like,
connected.
It's always connected.
If you brain spotting, it's always connected. Your conscious brain may not realize it's connected, but it is.
Okay. Yeah. That's very interesting. I've never cried over cute puppies, just for the record, to let you know, but it's been sometimes connected to like unusual things before. Anyway, yeah, this is good stuff. So accountability, someone who helps you stay who you want to be.
Yeah. Or who you want to become.
Ooh, I like that.
Because we're not meant to stay who we are. We're meant to grow.
That's good. Ooh, that's even better. Yes. Okay. Then there is the psychology of hiding, and there's this shame guilt thing. Guilt says I did something bad. Shame says I am bad.
Yes.
And then we hide when we feel shame, not guilt. That's interesting.
So a lot of times, I think when people start therapy, they will use the word guilt. I actually did too when I first started, but my therapist helped me reframe it to shame when I went through sexual abuse, which is very common with people. You just ultimately feel like something's wrong with you if this was allowed to happen to you. Like if you, obviously at 6 years old, you can't really control that, but there's still that belief and narrative that starts. Be like, well, something must be wrong with me if it happened to me. And so, but that can be in so many different areas. It could be with parents divorcing. Again, it's like, well, what's wrong with me if my parents didn't want to stay together?
My goodness, that's probably my message. Yeah.
And
anyways,
and again, it doesn't. It's never got to do with the kids. I mean, the kid didn't have any choice to be here.
Yeah. Well, mine is terrible because it kind of appeared to be my fault. That's the worst.
How old were you?
I was probably about the same age you were, like 8 or so. And what happened was so my dad was outside doing lawn sprinkler car stuff, and mom was doing cooking, breakfast, yummy Jamaican food stuff. And it was like, I was playing with refrigerator magnets, and I would take them out and stack them. And I felt like a good addition to this set would be snails. And snails, there's a lot of snails in California where I was at Loma Linda, and I would go outside, bring them in, and mom was like, no. And I would go outside and tell dad, and dad would be yes.
You learned that your parents would answer differently. Such a normal child experience.
Absolutely. And so I got clearance, guys. I got clearance
From one parent.
from one. So, and so and this, now I know, looking back, it was probably the relationship was on the rocks at this point. But whatever I had done was probably the
tipping point.
The tipping point, the straw,
the
and
ice,
camel,
the
and
top of the iceberg.
Yeah, the top of the iceberg. And so I come in, and then they start a fight. It gets physical. It gets ugly, and then the thing that sealed it. And I know my mom didn't mean to do this, but I mean, what else? She was mourning. She was reacting, and so I think I kind of felt a sense of it. And so I went to the kitchen and I got a slice of bread, and I opened the door and I was like, "Hey, Mom, want some toast?" Of course, that's me not knowing what to offer.
Oh, you're just trying to like calm the situation down.
Yeah.
You see where some of your very strong place of trying to calm the situation starts.
And that's true. I just got. What is that? Did I get therapized? What is that? Did I get? How people get punked on that show? I got therapied just now. That's what we're gonna call it. I got therapied. I've never put that together, but that's exactly right. And my mom, she just stared at me, and she was just staring because she didn't say anything bad.
She was probably in shock.
She was in shock. So, but the message I took was, well, this was my fault. Yeah. And so since then,
even though no words were spoken,
exactly. And so it's crazy. The human mind is powerful. Just like how you said that, how the mind was able to say there must be something wrong with you. I mean, the mind is so powerful. It will find it's looking to make sense.
Yes, all the time, all the time.
Incredible.
And that's why it is, I think, why God intended for us to be together because in spaces like that, and I think this is the hardest part for people through therapy, at least. They don't want to talk bad about their parents. And I was like, I'm not judging at all.
Yeah.
Like what you share in here is your experience. That doesn't mean that was the entire situation. It's just
so
how you experienced it. And we have to validate our experience in something. It doesn't mean that that's facts. It doesn't mean that that's the reality of the world. It just means that in this is how we experienced it. And that has got to be understood and validated internally for us.
Man, I appreciate that because I'm that way. I do not want, because I love my mom. She's a great cook. She's loving. She's always looking out for me, even today.
She did the best she could with what she knew.
Yeah. And yet for me to say some of these things, to me, I'm like, oh, I don't want to, paint an impression or give an impression that's less than honorable, because she backs me up. Like she ain't no snitch, so to speak. Like she has my back, and so it's like she always has. And so like I'm like, I don't want to do that to her, but like you said, it needs to be validated. It needs to be said, and so I feel like being in your therapy office or wherever I feel like it's a beautiful place. I think it's a safe space.
I go through lots of tissue boxes.
Yeah, is that where you find a lot of your funds go towards the tissue boxes?
I need to invent my
Reusable.
own like this was just for you. Let's come back to your box like they do at the nail salon, or they used to. Ew, that's gross.
I didn't realize they did.
They used to, like, if you were a consistent, like, this would be your set, and then you'd come back and use it.
No kidding. Okay, see, I'm learning things.
I don't recommend that for.
We don't recommend it, and so yeah, no, that's incredible. So no, that's great to know, and it's good to. Because
God never shamed.
Yeah, he did not. I can't recall one time. I mean, he called people whitewashed sepulchers, but that was just like...
That's not shaming. That was like calling out facts.
Yeah. That's
now,
fair.
if they felt shame, that's on them, because they knew they were doing something, or guilt in that place probably more. But I think that is where we start. I think that's where sin comes out, and is that belief system that we're bad because we are in a sinful world. And so I think I brought this up before. What are our templates?
I like that. Templates.
When we look at our parents or grandparents, what template were we given to respond? And Jesus is supposed to be our full template.
Our full template. That's so good.
And when you look at the Enneagram, which we've talked about, I think he's like a combination of the healthy, all of them.
I think so too. Because I always wondered, I was like, if you were to type him, he was all of them.
He's all of them.
Yeah. Because actually that's what I think humanity, because we're kind of fragmented, and we
So much.
emphasize, whereas we all have a little bit of all of them at times, but we just show up more
Same with love
predominantly.
languages.
Yes.
Now, I mean, I have layers, but when you first start dating, most of them are high because your dopamine is running through your brain and they're just like the best things since sliced bread and you can't get enough of them. And you're just like, I can't wait to see you again. And your stomach flutters when they text. You know what's really hard to be held accountable when your friends don't like them. And they're like, hey, something's going on, but you can't see that.
Oh, that's a good example. I was going to ask you for an example during the program. When you don't see it.
Yeah.
That's something to talk about. So when you give with your choice, you give someone permission to be, whether it's in marriage or with friendship, to be accountable to them and them to you.
I mean, isn't that part of the whole I do's is that should be, maybe you mean to add it. Be like, I give you permission to hold me accountable.
Yeah. In sickness.
In
health. Yeah. When I'm rich, when I don't have no money.
Most of us start that way.
right. Yeah,
Most of them still that way.
That's why they had to add it in the vows. They're like, y'all starting it out
Rich
this
or
way.
poor. Like, maybe we should start with poor.
Poor.
I do think they say for richer or poorer. I'm like, why are you starting with richer? Most of us aren't.
From poor, super poor.
Hopefully richer.
Yeah, hopeful richer. Poor right now. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right about that. That's so funny. And so you do that, and then, but see, usually like accountability, like if I say, man, I have a problem drinking too much pop, and I'm trying to get on this health journey to do better, and I want us to hold each other accountable.
Yeah, I'm like, how many have you had today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. So it'd be just a simple question every now and again. They know your time period is usually between lunch and whatever, that you're just slamming Dr. Pepper.
All the caffeine.
Yeah.
Because that 2:00 slump that you really want to take a nap.
Yes. Yeah, you need it. And so it's like, and so then your friend's like, did you do it? And then you're like, yes, I did.
And then when there's the accountability, be like, oh man, why is this so hard? But this is the part where we have to challenge ourselves. It's not shaming. Shaming is an internal thing we do for ourselves. And so we need to sit with that and be like, okay, what other choices could I do? Like we have this of saying, yep, I did, or I didn't handle this as well as I would like to. And what we usually do with the kids, like, hey, okay, what are you apologizing for? We ask them, they say, I'm like, and then how do we want to change that for next time? Because we're human. There's going to be a next time, but we want to change it and hopefully shift. I had one of my weekends. I was tired. We had our international dinner and we had all of that this weekend. And I'm like, I don't get to sleep in. I had a migraine, part of it because the weather's shifting. And my son's very energetic. He gets up really early and he kept coming in and over. And we're like, Aiden, please wait until this time. Yeah. He didn't. And I got a little frustrated. I was like, Aiden, you're being very selfish right now. And that did not go over well. He went the opposite of, I love this kid. He came in, he brought an energy drink. He's like, is this selfish? And he like put it down on my side table. And then he came in, he's like, I want to run away, but I'm staying. So is